Good morning. Another video of today that we are continuing the same lesson, sports and nutrition and eating disorders. We will discuss the bulimia nervosa. We have discussed the anorexia nervosa and now we will discuss the bulimia nervosa. Bulimia nervosa is an eating disorder commonly referred to simply as bulimia. It is a serious condition that can be life threatening. It is generally characterized by binge eating, followed by purging. Purging can occur through forced vomiting, excessive exercise, or by taking laxatives or diuretics. That laxatives, I have told you, which are used for throwing the food out, vomiting, and diuretics, which are used for increasing the urine formation in the body. So, this is very difficult type of eating disorder, bulimia nervosa. In this eating disorder, person eats excessive amount of food and then vomit to avoid gaining weight. In anorexia, we have seen that they have the fear and they are afraid of eating, so that's why they were avoiding the eating and restricting the food. But in case of bulimia, in bulimia the person eat excessive, frequent eating habits are there, and then they vomit the food to avoid gaining weight. This is forceful vomiting. Immediately after the meal, they go to washroom and vomit forcefully. So this is the main thing which we must remember about the bulimia nervosa, where the persons are eating excessive amount and then vomiting forcefully after each meal to avoid the gaining the weight. Type of bulimia is purging bulimia and non-purging bulimia. Purging bulimia is there when the people are, this is not the vomiting is there, only one difference is there, purging and non-purging. Purging bulimia is there then when the persons are not vomiting forcefully, but non-purging bulimia, they are vomiting forcefully. No, sorry, the purging bulimia, the persons are vomiting forcefully, and non-purging bulimia, persons are not vomiting forcefully. Just correct it here. So, two type of bulimias are there, but in that case, when the persons are not vomiting forcefully, so they are using some other means of for vomiting. But the significant identification of the bulimia nervosa and the definition of bulimia nervosa, the person eats excessive amount and then vomit to avoid gaining weight. Non-purging bulimia is very rarely seen, in which the persons are not vomiting and then they are using something else to induce the vomiting. But purging bulimia is mostly 99% the purging bulimia is seen. So, what happens in the causes of bulimia nervosa? Maybe family history, that maybe any person was suffering with the bulimia nervosa. Psychological factor, psychological factor that we have discussed in anorexia nervosa, it is same, because these people also have the fear of gaining weight. Fear of gaining weight means fear is the psychological origin, so that's why they have fear in their mind that if they are eating, so then it will cause weight gain. So that's why they cannot control their eating habits, but they vomit it each after the meal forcefully. So psychological factor is there, that is due to the fear of gaining weight in the mind. Performance pressure in sports, sometimes the sports persons have tremendous pressure of performance, so that's why they are using these things, and that comes in the habit, then they follow they fall in the the eating disorder, bulimia nervosa. So performance pressure in sports sometime. Another cause, social factors in the same, that these peoples are advised or criticized, advised for the weight control method, this wrong weight control method, and sometimes they are criticized for their weight. So then these things makes the person suffer with bulimia nervosa. What happens in these? We can see then this diagram. Compulsive eating, again and again they are eating, and self-induced vomiting. In this diagram we can see compulsive eating is there. Regularly, frequently the person is eating, and then self-induced vomiting. And again self-induced vomiting is there, then the people will feel there will be desire of eating. So then again the compulsive eating is there, and again the self-induced vomiting. This cycle goes on. Bulimia nervosa, this cycle is going on. Then compulsive eating, self-induced vomiting, compulsive eating, self-induced vomiting. So the cycle is going on. So that is the bulimia nervosa. I think the bulimia nervosa is very clear to you now, because bulimia nervosa, in which the person is eating excessive amount of food and vomit it, avoid after the meal to avoid weight gaining the weight. And along with these things, the person put themselves on exercise, person put themselves excessive exercise they do. So these are the things that can be seen in the bulimia nervosa. We can see then the symptoms of the bulimia nervosa. These persons tries for vomiting after every meal, that I was telling you. They try to vomit each after meal. Faces dehydration due to frequent vomiting. These people face dehydration problem because whatever they are eating, it is coming out, and along with the water deficiency also there, fluid deficiency in the body, so they face the dehydration problem. Inflammation of food pipe, because self-induced vomiting cause the inflammation of the food pipe, esophagus. Perform excessive exercise. These people perform excessive exercise along with the eating and vomiting. They uses sometimes they uses laxatives, diuretics, or enemas. Salivary gland may be swollen. Swelling in salivary gland can be seen because they are self-induced vomiting cause the damage to the salivary glands. Broken broken blood vessels may be seen in the eyes. When the people are suffering from the bulimia nervosa, sometime due to the forceful vomiting, the muscles of eye, the blood vessels of eyes becomes weak, and sometime they may broken. Peptic ulcer is seen, that is the intestinal ulcer is seen. These are the symptoms of the bulimia nervosa. Along with these, sometimes we have seen that bulimia nervosa, these peoples overjudge themselves, then they are healthy. Because in case of the BMI was these people is always okay, always in the normal category or healthy category. But they suffer with the deficiency problems, so deficiency of various vitamins and minerals they suffer. So the BMI of these people is always in the healthy category, whereas we can see then the anorexia nervosa, the BMI of people is underweight. Those peoples are not eating at all, so that's why, or avoiding the food, so that's why anorexia nervosa peoples have BMI is in underweight, but the bulimia nervosa peoples have BMI is healthy category. So sometimes they overjudge themselves, they feel, they try to show that they are healthy, but they also suffer with the deficiency problems along with the problems induced by the forceful vomiting. So bulimia is, I think, okay. So then we can understand the bulimia nervosa. So we will come to the treatment or management steps. Treatment of bulimia nervosa. There are multidisciplinary treatment, include medical and psychological treatment. Recovery is very slow. Psychological treatments, that these people can go through the counseling and motivation, because psychological treatment is very essential, because these eating disorders are caused by the main causes, that is the fear of gaining weight in the mind. Medications are there, medicines can be given. Education of nutrition and healthy weight, because most of the eating disorders are caused due to the lack of education about the nutrition and weight management. And these peoples are advised to be cautious about exercises. Exercises are not only performed for losing the weight, there are several benefits of the exercises. So we must be cautious about the exercises, what type of exercises we are doing and how we are doing. So treatment of bulimia nervosa. The most common symptom that of bulimia nervosa includes long term fear, of gaining weight, comments about being fat or gaining weight that we have discussed, preoccupation with weight and body, a strong negative self image, because one of the another most important that fact here for bulimia and anorexia, these people have negative self image. They always think about themselves. They think that they are not looking good. They always criticize themselves. So they have negative image of themselves. Forceful vomiting, that is in bulimia nervosa. Overuse of laxatives or diuretics. Laxatives for vomiting, diuretics for increasing the urine flow, because these two things are also used for you losing the weight. Use of supplements or herb for weight loss, excessive exercise, stained teeth. These people have stained teeth because of the stomach acid. Going to the bathroom immediately after meal for forceful vomiting. These people can be seen, then they go quickly to the washroom immediately after the meal. These people never eat in front of others. Not eating in front of others. These people withdraw themselves from normal social activities and binge eating. So these are the another symptoms of the bulimia nervosa. अरे यार कोरोना हो रहा है और बारिश भी हो रही है, कोरोना भी तो आ रहा है। हाँ? मास्क पहन के जाना। अरे यार मास्क पहन के कैसे जाएंगे यार, पुत्तर यार, पुलिस वाले वहाँ खड़े रहते हैं, उधर पुलिस वाले कहते हैं कि कहीं नहीं जाना है और जो जाएगा तो डंडे मारेंगे। फिर ऐसे कैसे जाएंगे यार, आप बताओ, आप तो ऐसे कहते हो, आपको पता नहीं है क्या? नहीं, हम तेज जाएंगे। कोरोना भागने दो ना, दादा से पूछना, अगर कोरोना भाग जाएगा तो हम चले जाएंगे। अगर कोरोना भाग जाएगा ना तो हम चले जाएंगे, ठीक है? कोरोना को भागना जरूरी है यार, जब कोरोना भागेगा तभी तो हम जाएंगे।